This is not the same theatre as the Prince of Wales Theatre in Leicester Square, which was built in 1884, became the Prince of Wales in 1886, and is still existent. The Scala Theatre was a theatre in London, sited on Charlotte Street, off Tottenham Court Road, in the London Borough of Camden. The first theatre on the site opened in 1772, and the theatre was demolished in 1969, after being destroyed by fire. From 1865 to 82, the theatre was known as the Prince of Wales's Theatre. Origins. The theatre began on this site as the new rooms where concerts were performed, in Charlotte Street. In 1772, under the management of Francis Pasquale, popularity and royal patronage led to the building's enlargement by James Wyatt, and its renaming as the King's Concert Rooms, 1780 to 1786. It then became Rooms for Concerts of Ancient Music and Hyde's Rooms, 1786 to 1802, managed by the Directors of Concerts and Ancient Music. In 1802, a private theatre club, managed by Captain Caulfield, the Picnics, occupied the building and named it the Cognoscenti Theatre. 1802 to 1808. It became the New Theatre. 1808 to 1815, under Saunders and Mr. J. Paul, and was extended and fitted out as a public theatre with a portico entrance on Tottenham Street. It continued under a succession of managers as the unsuccessful Regency Theatre. 1815 to 1820. Falling into decline, the theatre then reopened as the West London Theatre. 1820 to 1831. Under Brunton. Queen's Theatre. 1831 to 1833. 1835 to 1837. And again 1839 to 1865, and Fitzroy Theatre, 1833 to 1835 and 1837 to 1839. The lessee of the theatre from 1843 to 1869 was a scenic artist, Charles James James, and the theatre became the home of lurid melodrama, being nicknamed the Dust Hole. Prince of Wales's Royal Theatre 1865 to 1882. In 1865, the theatre was renovated and named the Prince of Wales Royal Theatre, and this continued until its demolition in 1903. The same year, in partnership with Henry Byron, Effie Marie Wilton assumed the management of the theatre, having secured as a leading actor Squire Bancroft. He starred in J.P. Wooler's A Winning Hazard, among other works. Wilton provided the capital, and Byron wrote a number of plays. His first was a burlesque of Le Sonnambula. However, Wilton wanted to present more sophisticated pieces. She agreed to produce 3 more burlesques by Byron, while he agreed to write his first prose comedies, Water the Knife, a success in 1865, and £800,000, 1866. By 1867, Byron left the partnership. The house soon became noted for the successful domestic drama comedies by Thomas William Robertson, including his series of groundbreaking realist plays, Society, 1865, Hours, 1866, Cast, 1867, Play, 1868, School, 1869, and M.P. 1870. In 1867, Miss Wilton became Mrs. Bancroft and regularly took the principal female parts in these pieces opposite her husband. Other plays were W.S. Gilbert's Allow Me to Explain, 1867. This ran as a companion piece to Robertson's Cast, and Sweethearts, 1874, as well as Tame Cats, 1868, Lytton's Money, 1872, The School for Scandal, 1874, a revival of Boucicault's London Assurance, 1877, and Diplomacy, Clement Scott's 1878 adaptation of Sardou's Dora. A number of prominent actors played at the theatre during this period, among them Hare, Coghlan, the Kendalls, and Ellen Terry. A big success in 1881 was F.C. Burnand's The Colonel, which went on to run for 550 performances, transferring to the Imperial Theatre. In 1882, the theatre went dark, and from 1886 to 1903, the theatre buildings were used as a Salvation Army hostel. A different London theatre began to use the name Prince of Wales Theatre in 1886. Scala Theatre 1905 to 1969. In 1903, Dr. Edmund Diston Maddock bought the property and adjoining properties, and enlarged the site. The main entrance was now situate on Charlotte Street, and the old portico on Tottenham Street became the stage door. The new theatre, designed by Frank Verity, opened in 1905 as the Scala Theatre, seating 1139 and boasting a large stage. The new venture was not particularly successful, however, and became a cinema from 1911 to 1918, run by Charles Urban. In 1918, F.J. Nettleford took over and ran the premises as a theatre again. It became known as the New Scala in 1923, with D.A. Abrahams as licensee for both staging plays and showing films, becoming owner in 1925. Amateur productions and pantomime were performed, and for a while the theatre became home to the gang show. During World War II, it again housed professional theatre, reverting to the Scala Theatre. After the war, under the management of Prince Littler, amateur productions returned, with Peter Pan being the annual pantomime. This continued until 1969 when, after a fire, it was demolished for the building of offices, known as Scala House. In 1964, the theatre was used by the Beatles for the concert sequences in the film A Hard Day's Night. Today it is the site of an apartment block. Further reading: Baker, Henry Barton, History of the London Stage and its Famous Players, 1576 to 1903. London, Routledge, 1904. Howard, Diana. London Theatres and Music Halls 1850 to 1950. London, The Library Association, 1970. Leecroft, Richard. The Development of the English Playhouse. Ithaca, Cornell University Press, 1976. Mander, Raymond and Mitchinson, Joe. The Lost Theatres of London. New York, Taplinger Publishing Company, 1968. Mander, Raymond and Mitchinson, Joe. The Theatres of London. London, Harvest, 1963. University of Kent. History of Scala Theatre accessed 12 March 2007. Photos and historical information about the theatre accessed 12 March 2007. University of Kent. Theatre collection accessed 12 March 2007. University of Massachusetts. Theatre chronology accessed 12 March 2007.